Hey guys, it's Becky. I am back with another process video. Today I'm actually doing a layout for Mini Kit Mondays, well for my Mini Kit Monday, or from my Mini Kit Mondays kit for October 2018. Now I already did the 4 that I had planned to do this month, but I had some papers left over, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Now I do pull in a background paper that was not in my kit just to kind of have a little bit of a border on here. You can see right there I was trimming down this paper. This is a Paige Evans paper and it's kind of a mint green, but on it there were some red stripes, kind of like a notebook paper would have on either side. On 2 sides there was the red stripes, and I did not want red in my layout, so I went ahead and trimmed it down enough to get rid of those red stripes. I am going to go ahead and back my photo on white, and then I'm going to back it again on wood grain. Now I kind of threw it around trying to figure out if I wanted to back it on the wood grain or if I wanted to back it on this floral paper right here. In the end I decided to go with the wood grain. The sketch I'm using is by Laura Whitaker, and you can see there's some banners that come out of either side of the photo. I decided I wanted the florals to be on those banners, so I ended up doing the wood grain for my matting of my photo. So for Mini Kit Mondays this month, we are being joined by Traci, Kathy, Dollie, and JoJo. Daisy took a step back this month just to, catch some breath or whatever. But I'm going to link them all down below. This is going to be going up on a Wednesday, even though it is for Mini Kit Mondays. That's just how it's gonna have to be, so I can get it fitted in, right? Okay, so right here on this paper, it is kind of an ombre. It goes from the dark to the light. Now I'm going to use the dark pieces right here. Now, here initially when I cut these banners, I was like, oh, look at this dark side. I like the dark side. When I originally was going to go with the floral, then I saw the dark. Well, I'm going to flip it back to the floral. Back to my initial plan was to use the floral, and there. I liked it better. The dark was too much. Now I am going to use the dark. I'm going to use it for some chevrons. In this sketch you can see where she kind of put chevrons in. Now just because you make a sketch and put an element like that in doesn't mean you have to use that element, but I was like, okay, well that's pretty cool. So I do go ahead and cut some chevrons. Now Janet over at RTS Scrapbooking, in one of her videos she showed us how to easily cut chevrons with your hexagon punch. I don't know what video that's in, but if you hop over to her channel you can probably find it. I'll try and link her down below too. I'm really bad at forgetting though. If I don't do it, you can remind me if you're interested in hopping over there. Okay, so after I do the chevrons, I am going to go ahead and kind of lay them out where I want. On this layout, I just keep laying things out how I want, and then I'm going to go back and glue things down later. Right here I pulled out a border punch. It is a Martha Stewart one. It's kind of has florals in it, and I am punching a floral bit out of that wood grain paper. I'm going to kind of layer those up underneath right here. In this sketch it does call for a longer piece, but I'm just going to stick to about the same width as my photo with the photo layers, or with the photo mats on it. Kind of stick to that same size. After I do that, I'm going to pull out a couple of dies. I use a tag and a small doily, and also just like a small scallop circle. I'm going to cut those out. I'm going to cut away right here so you don't have to see me doing it. The tag reinforcer that I use on that tag is part of that dark coral color, and it's going to tuck behind the photo right there. I will add another piece kind of to separate it from the wood grain that is matting the photo. I'm going to go ahead and build some clusters. Now when I made this kit there were several pieces, scraps of floral papers, and some of them, the florals, I had already cut out. I don't know if these are bits that I had already cut out or not, but they were pieces that were originally in the kit, and they are these flowers. I do pull out 3 of these and put those on the page. A couple of them do still have like the stems coming off of them with leaves, and they were kind of this maybe a sagey green color. I am going to cut the stem parts of them off. Under each of them, up at the top, I tucked in a gold leaf And down here at the bottom, I'm going to kind of cut apart this frond type bit right here and put a piece on one side of the flower and a piece on the other. Those are from that Amy Tan sticker sheet from her new collection, or from the chipboard sheet. Remember I said I really loved that, and I ended up getting 2 of them because I just love those so much. I don't think I got very much paper from that line, but I did like the chipboard a lot. Right there I went ahead and put FDR down there on that strip at the bottom. I am going to change the title. It's going to say FDR Memorial. And here I cut just a strip of that ombre paper. I cut the lighter part out and then corner rounded it. I did that at the piece that goes up at the top, and also a piece that will go down there on the bottom. In the sketch it calls for the piece down there at the bottom, and that's where you're going to do your journaling. Well, I ended up stamping the date on that. I have not done journaling on it yet, but I think my journaling might exceed that amount, so I haven't really decided where I'm going to put it yet. So this is a photo of Jim when we went to Washington, D.C. We went to the FDR Memorial and walked around it. And this piece right here in this photo, there's the guys standing in line, and I think it's like at a soup kitchen, you know, or someplace to go get food, stand in line for food during the Great Depression. And you can see they all look beat up, and Jim goes and stands behind them. And I'm telling him, you don't look desperate enough, you don't look beat up enough, you don't look sad enough. Before I took his picture, I was trying to get him to, because he went and stood in line, so I was just trying to get him to mimic those guys. Now I know my grandma and grandpa were not happy, probably looking down at me. Kind of poking a little bit of fun at the Great Depression. It's not funny, but kind of, it was a cute picture, I thought. So anyways, I am going to scrapbook it. I do, to go along with this, I do have a pocket page that is all just photos of this memorial. It is a really nice one. If you're ever there, I would go. I would say to go. This isn't my favorite memorial. My favorite memorial is the Korean War memorial. It's just really cool. I haven't scrapbooked any of those paper or any of those photos yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start committing to the placement of my embellishments. I am going to put the 3 chevrons down right here with that tiny small circle bit with the doily edges on it. I don't even know what that's called. That die is a Sislets die by Stephanie Barnard, and it doesn't really have a name. Kind of looks like a doily, only not really. And then I'm going to go ahead and put down these gold triangles. I pulled those off of that Amy Tan's chipboard sticker sheet as well. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can you hear that in my voice? I love fall. I love fall so much. I like it that it's cooling off outside right now. I'm not like, I don't melt when I go outside, but I'm allergic to fall. There's something every fall that I'm allergic to, and I just get really gross up in my head area, right? So you can kind of hear it in my voice. Okay, so yeah, that glue I'm using, that's that art glitter glue. I got it. I've talked about this before, but I'm really, really liking it a lot. I've been using it on a lot of layouts I've been doing lately. Who'd ever thought that I'd find a glue that would take over my Scotch Quick Dry? I still love the Scotch Quick Dry, don't get me wrong, but I do like playing with this art glitter glue. It's really nice. Okay, so I had to put down this last triangle, and then I'm going to be done with that cluster up top. Now you see where I tucked that tag in? I did not put twine through it. And in the end, it is a naked tag. Naked tag on my page. I did not even change it. So up here, down here, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm just going to lay down those 3 chevrons, put the 3 triangles. I have a little circle. This one's scalloped. The flower is a smaller version of the flower I put on there. And then I tuck in a leaf, one of those gold leaves from the Amy Tan chipboard sticker sheet. Now, that first chevron was kind of giving me a little bit of a hard time, so I do put a little bit of foam tape under its little leg that sticks off of the photo. The top one didn't give me as hard of a time, I don't think, because I had that flower sitting on top of it up at the top, so you can't see how the leg is popped up. But that one down at the bottom did give me a hard time, and instead of fighting with it and making it lay flat, I just went ahead and popped it up. Sometimes it's easier to go with what it's trying to do rather than make it bend to your will. I'm not really good at making things bend to my will, right? Okay, after I finish this cluster, which will be done after I put this last triangle down, we're going to go ahead and move down to the bottom. Down at the bottom, I'm just going to layer up that wood grain strip that I had punched with the floral edge. I'm going to put that coral piece on top of it. And then I have another one of those circle-y, doily looking like bits of flour, and then those little gold pieces of, I don't know, it's kind of like a frond maybe. Not really. I don't know. You saw what it looked like when I cut it up. I don't know what they're called. But I'm going to put that down there. I am going to pull out the word memorial and put that down so that my title, initially I was just going to have my title be FDR, but I had that big strip and it was just going to be empty. So I decided to change it to FDR Memorial. I am going to stick this down under here, but I'm going to wait till I put the alphas down first so that I can adjust that gold chipboard piece just right so there's not too much of that coral space showing. I didn't want a big white space right there. So I am going to put down my words first. Now I did go with that little journaling spot that you see on this sketch. I tuck it in down there. I don't do journaling on it just yet. Like I said, I do stamp the date on it. And I use this gold ink. It's been sitting on my desk for a couple weeks. I've used it quite a bit lately because I need to clean my desk off. It is from Dovecraft and it is a premium pigment ink pad. I think I got this free with a stamp order from Ink Road Stamps a couple of months ago. I used to really enjoy their stamps and I was in their stamp club, but it used to be they would automatically just take the money and send you the stamp, but now you have to specifically go in and order every month, so I don't do it anymore because I'm too lazy for that. I don't go in and order the new stamp every month, so it was fun while it lasted. I only did it for a couple of months, but now that they made it hard on me, made it more work for me, no, not doing that. I don't really do it anymore. I did take some Heidi Swap Color Shine in Gold and splattered that around the page. Now I did just do very fine splatters. The splatters have been getting away from me here lately. So this time I was very careful. I just did a very fine tiny dots splatters on there so that I wouldn't have to try and cover up a mistake, because I had no intention of putting sequins or enamel dots or anything like that on this layout. So alright guys, after I do that, I don't do anything else to this layout. Make sure you go visit Traci and Kathy and Dollie and Daisy and JoJo. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.